Hello? Yeah, hi, my name is Joe, and I sent you a text message earlier about your property in Craigslist. And I'd asked if you had any interest in selling it. Do you remember that? Okay, yeah. I looked up, I've been calling a bunch of people. I'm sorry, I don't remember which house you was. But I think I looked back, and the Craigslist ad is not up there anymore. Um, can you tell me a little bit about the house? Okay. Okay. And by the way, I didn't catch your name. My name is Joe. Bob. Okay, thanks, Bob. So is this a house that you haven't rented yet? Okay. Is it, what were you renting it for? Okay. And Bob, you don't mind me asking, why do you want to sell it? Other than the eviction problem. Yeah, I understand, Bob. How quickly do you need to sell it, Bob, or how long can you wait? Okay. Okay. I understand. Bob, what is the number you'd like to sell it for? Okay. Okay. Now, Bob, I'm not a realtor, but I have some good friends that are realtors. If I can't buy your house, would you be open to talking to one of my friends who can help you list it? Okay. Okay. Bob, I have one more question for you. I do a lot of what's called lease purchasing, and there's a way I think I might be able to help you. Maybe not, that's okay, but I could lease your property to one of my tenant buyers, somebody who would want to buy the house, so they wouldn't be a typical tenant. They're going to take care of the maintenance and repairs because they want to buy the home, and you don't have to pay any commissions. We get paid from the buyer if and when we find one for you. You just have to be willing to lease it to a buyer for a year or two. You wouldn't have any interest in that, would you? Well, I can send you some information, Bob. But basically, the biggest advantage to lease purchases, we have a lot of people that are looking to buy a home right now but can't. And that's one of the reasons why we contacted you, because we'd like to buy your house as an investment, but it sounds like to me you want retail for it, and that's fine. We can get you retail for it through a lease, as a lease purchase. And the advantage you get is you're renting it to somebody who wants to buy it. They're going to treat it better, and they're going to be responsible for all the maintenance and repairs of the home, so you don't have to worry about that anymore. You get 100% of the rent. Yeah, I just get paid up front from the buyer. Well, usually I do 20%, but that's flexible. And whatever that is, I add it to the price that you want. So, and what I do is I add my fee to the price that you want, and I add those rent credits to the price that you want. Okay? And what I could even do, Bob, is, let's say the market goes crazy over the next year and it appreciates a lot. The way I typically like to set it up is I'll give you half of that appreciation and give the tenant buyer the other half of that appreciation, if that's all right. So the tenant buyer has a lot of incentive. So let's say you want to sell yours for $350. I'll bump it up a little bit to cover my cost, my fee, and to cover the rent credits to the tenant buyer. And so let's say we set the option price at $375 or whatever. And let's say it appreciates to $425 in a year or two. So we'll set the sale price at $400. Does that make sense? So the option price will be half of the appreciation. So if it's worth $425 in a year, instead of selling it for $375, you sell it for $400. I hope I got my numbers right there. Well, you just find another tenant buyer. But the chance. Well, no, I don't. But you get to approve wherever we find. So it's not like we're putting somebody in there just off the street. You get to approve wherever we find. And you can say no if you don't like them. But see, the chances with a lease purchase, the chances are much better that you're going to get a higher quality tenant. And that's probably not going to happen. I can't make any promises. It probably will. I mean, I can't make any promises that'll happen. But I'm saying it probably won't. The money they put down up front as an option deposit is non-refundable, and they don't, they lose that money if they don't buy the house and if they don't take care of it. Yeah, Bob, I'll send you an email. What is it? Okay, let me repeat that to you in just a second. A, C as in cat, T as in Tom, chemical, at Verizon.net. Okay, I got it. Bob, I'll send you an email just to kind of explaining a little bit how the numbers work. When can we talk again, Bob? You know, another thing, Bob, is if the house needs work or cleaning, you could probably get the tenant buyer to do that. You could if it needs new carpet and paint, you could advertise a $5,000. Let's just say, it needs $5,000 in work. You could advertise a $5,000 credit to the buyer when they buy the house if they replace the carpet and paint the walls. So okay, and Bob, what's the address of the condo? Okay, is it in Riverside? Okay, actually. All right, so you can't review my email till next week. You want me to just call you next week then? Okay, Bob, I'll shoot you an email and let's talk soon. All right, thank you. Take care. Bye-bye. All right, potential deal there. Oh, hey, Gil, you there? Gil. I hear you. That was a potential deal. Could you hear it? Could you hear me talk to you?
I could hear your side. I couldn't really hear much of his. But he sounded like he was interested. If he could move forward.
Yeah, some of you guys are telling me we can't hear the seller side of the conversation. I apologize about that. I don't know what to do. Did you hear the seller conversation? The seller deal?
No, I think it was too far from the mic or the speakers where the volume was a little low.
That's weird. Okay, I just got to Well, it was a great conversation. Shoot. The seller has his condo. He's evicting the tenant this week. He's getting $2,100 in rent. He's tired. I thought he was a perfect motivated seller. I'm sick and tired of dealing with tenants. He's just real mad. And but then I say, well, how quickly do you need to sell? I'm not in a hurry. I'll rent it for another year if I have to. I want my price. So he wants a little bit more than $335. That's what a neighbor across the street said theirs for last year. But he's open to a lease purchase. He wants me to send him an email with more information. I'll send something to him. And he did say, I'll just call me next week. I'm a little bothered by that. I was thinking about maybe saying, well, you know what? That's cool. We just want to think about this, but why don't you call me next week if you decide you want to do a lease purchase? I don't want to believe the impression that I don't want to chase him,
Why can't we meet him this week?
He just said he was really busy. But I think what we should do is and he does not want to listen with a realtor, I asked him that. I asked him if he wanted to, if he didn't want to sell it. I have a realtor friend, I got to send him an email. I got an email back from somebody on this little thing I just sent.